If you found this video, it's not an accident. So please, just give me a short time from your life. No matter who you are, no matter what you're going through, you need to hear this. And I promise you something. When this short video ends, you're going to feel lighter, stronger, and the way you see yourself might change forever. Ready? The Old Sage and the Crow. One quiet morning, an old wise man walked deep into the forest, not to escape life, but to understand it. He sat beneath the shade of a giant ancient tree, closed his eyes, and listened to the world. And then he heard something strange. A crow, crying, not cawing, but crying like a broken soul. The wise man opened his eyes and looked up. The crow was sitting on a dry branch, shaking. The sage spoke gently. "Why are you crying?" The crow's voice trembled, and it said, "I am the most miserable creature alive. Children throw stones at me. Dogs chase me away. People call me ugly. Even when I'm starving, they still drive me away." The crow lowered its head. "I wish I never existed. I wish I could disappear." The wise man didn't laugh. He didn't judge. He simply smiled, like someone who had heard this pain before. Then he said, "You cannot control what others think, and you cannot control how they treat you. If you demand that life must go your way, and reality refuses, you will suffer." Then he paused, and asked something powerful. "Tell me, crow, if you had the power to change your nature, what would you become?" The crow didn't even hesitate. "A swan. Swans are white. Swans are loved. Swans are graceful. Swans are beautiful." The crow sighed. "Everyone loves swans." The sage nodded, then said, "Before you decide, go and speak to a swan. The swan's secret." The crow flew until it found a swan gliding across a calm lake. The swan looked like poetry in motion. The crow landed nearby and said, "You are so pure, so beautiful, so perfect. You must be the happiest bird in the world." But the swan's graceful neck slowly lowered, and it replied, "Happy? No, I'm not happy." The crow blinked. The swan continued, "The world is full of colors. But I'm only white. White against the clouds. White against the snow. White against the water. Sometimes I feel invisible." Then the swan whispered, "I envy the parrot. That bird has a rainbow on its body. If anyone knows happiness, it's the parrot." The crow's hope sparked again, and it flew away. The parrot's pain. Not long after, the crow found a parrot sitting on a blooming tree. Its feathers were bright like a living sunset. The crow stared in awe, then said, "You're so colorful, so beautiful. You must be the happiest bird alive." The parrot's eyes darkened, and it answered, "This beauty is my curse." The crow froze. The parrot continued, "Humans don't admire me. They capture me. They put me in cages. They steal my freedom. Even here in the forest, I live in fear of hunters." Then the parrot looked away and said, "But the peacock. The peacock has true happiness. People worship it. People protect it. No one dares to harm it." The crow's heart raced, so it flew far, faster, desperate for the answer. The peacock's prison. After flying for miles, the crow finally found the peacock. It was in a temple garden. Visitors surrounded it, offering flowers and food. The peacock looked like royalty. The crow whispered to itself, "Finally, a truly happy bird." When the crowd left, the crow approached the peacock and said, "You are so admired. Thousands come just to see you. When people see me, they run away in fear. You must be the happiest bird in the world." But then, the crow noticed something. The peacock walked slowly, and its legs were chained. Golden chains. The peacock looked at the crow and said quietly, "I used to believe I was the happiest, until my beauty became my cage." The crow didn't understand. The peacock continued, "They call this worship, but it's a prison made of admiration. They pluck my feathers, and it hurts. They force me to dance." Then the peacock lowered its voice. "Do you know what I dream of?" The crow asked. "What?" The peacock replied, "To fly, to choose my own path, to leave whenever I want." Then the peacock looked at the crow with pain in its eyes. "When I see you in the sky, free to go anywhere, my heart breaks with envy. I wish I could be you." The crow stepped back, shocked. "But everyone hates me," it cried. The peacock sighed deeply, and said, "That is your freedom. No one wants your feathers. No one chains your wings." The crow returns to the sage. The crow flew back to the wise man under the ancient tree. It landed beside him, and said, "Now I understand. The swan's beauty makes it invisible. The parrot's colors make it hunted. The peacock's glory makes it imprisoned." The sage nodded, then asked, "And you?" The crow looked up at the sky, and whispered, "I'm free. I always was. I'm free to fly, free to choose, free to exist." Then the crow took a deep breath. "My struggles were the price of my freedom." The sage smiled warmly, and said, "The greatest poverty is not having little. It is constantly wanting more." Then he added, "The deepest prison is not made of steel. It is built from comparison. And the strongest chains are made of gold." Stoic ending message. From that day on, the crow stopped wishing to be someone else, and when it looked at its reflection, it no longer saw an ugly black bird. It saw a creature as wide as the endless sky, as free as the wind, as rich as life itself. And this is the lesson. Happiness begins the moment you stop wishing to be what you are not. Because real freedom is not changing who you are. Real freedom is letting go of who you think you should be. Final Stoic quote. And remember what Marcus Aurelius once said, "What harms the hive harms the bee." Even a crow, even an ant, even a falling leaf can teach you something powerful. So don't spend your life wishing to be someone else. Be like the crow. Discover who you already are. Because your peace was never outside you. It was always waiting inside you. If you stayed until the end, thank you. And if this story hit your heart, you already know what to do.